Hi everyone. I hope you guys are fine and safe from COVID.
Yes, all safe.
Yes, all safe.
Okay, that's good to know. So let me introduce myself. I'll just give a very small introduction. I think Poonam ma'am has already covered most of the things. But yeah, I am from Cognizant and I'm one of the founder member of RPA practice for Europe region. And I am building quite a lot of bots as far as RPA is concerned. And yeah, it has made me busy from, I think, from past 5 years. I've been working in this particular area. So yeah, I would like to share few things with you and a few of my experience about it. So first of all, I would like to thank Thakur College, especially Principal Ma'am, Santosh Sir, and the entire organizing committee for giving me this opportunity to present this webinar come in Infothon. So yeah, let's start.
Amit sir, Amit
I
sir.
hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are very much audible, Amit. Yeah, you can
Okay,
start
so
now.
let's start. What exactly this RPA is? So RPA is nothing but robotic process automation. Okay. So what exactly this robotic process automation? This is a very big buzzword in the market along with the artificial intelligence, right? So I'll cover a bit of basics about the robotic process automation, and then I will take it ahead. My main agenda will be to cover the basics of RPA first, then followed by a few key components of the RPA and the associated tools. What exactly is the industry recommendation, followed by the comparative study and the demo. Okay. And then at the end, I will talk about the future of automation. Okay. So let's start with robotic process automation. So basically, what is RPA all about? It is a software program. It is not a physical bot or the industrial bot. So it is a software program that mimics the user action. Okay. So as far as the user action is concerned, I will take a very simple example. So imagine that you want to open a bank account. Okay. And that as soon as you fill the form, that goes into the back office team. Okay. And back office team manually keys those accounts. Okay. And they onboard into their system. So now, what exactly could be the issue? It is a kind of a repetitive task for whosoever people opening the account in a particular day. Especially in India, there could be so many accounts getting open in a day. Could be more than 1,000 or maybe whatever the number could be, right? So that is a kind of a repetitive task, okay? And those repetitive tasks, if it is automated in a way, okay, then it makes the life little bit easier for the back office team. So this robotics is not only limited to the back office team, but wherever there is any non-repetitive, non-decision making task um, uh, is there, we can apply robotic process automation out there. Okay. So yeah, this is about RPA. Yeah. So to make this possible, right, there are various tools available in the market. So very first thing is I will cover basics of what exactly these components are, and then I will dig a bit more into the RPA tools. So for any bot, okay, there are total four things very important. Okay, one is the developer studio, okay, which is nothing but the developer's console. Okay. Second one is the control room. So this developer studio is the place where we generally write the automation script. Okay. So this could be as simple as a kind of a Java IDE we have, okay, like Eclipse, or it could be IntelliJ, or if we talk about .NET, it could be so many other IDEs available, right, like Visual Studio and so on. So likewise, we UiPath is also not only UiPath. RPA tools are also having the studio available, okay, and those are nothing but the IDEs where automation script can be developed. Apart from that, there is an admin console called as control room. So this is the place where all This is a centralized location where all the studios, okay, or developer studios or the IDs are controlled, along with controlling the bots. So there are two scenarios as far as bots are concerned. Okay, one is the assisted bot, and second one is autonomous bot. Now, what is the difference between the assisted bot and second one is the autonomous bot? Both of them are more or less the same, but as the name suggests, assisted bot, it is controlled by the user, okay, and it will reside on a particular user's desktop, okay. Second one is the autonomous bot. Autonomous bot is actually controlled by the control room, and it could be as good as scheduling a task, okay. So this is about the main component of any RPA tool. Okay. So what are various tools available? So there are multiple tools available in the market, but as far as RPA is concerned, there are quite a lot of tools available. Okay. To start with, I will go on the RPA core capabilities. So there are three important tools available. First one is UiPath. Second one is Automation Anywhere. Third one is Blueprint. And likewise, there are a few point solutions available. Okay, and those are spread across multiple areas. Like ERP is having its own tool, BPM is having its own tool, but they also have the robotic process automation capability as well in the form of Pega. Okay. Apart from that, there are few other productivity tools available. There are few data extraction tool available like Antworks, and there are quite a lot of tools available. There are few point solutions available as far as ERP is concerned. Okay. So these are few tools available, but let me be very, very clear. These tools are very dynamic in nature. They keep on changing every now and then. Okay. Any questions?
Let me check the chat box if it is enabled. Chat box is enabled now for any question. Amit, you can go ahead.
Sure. So what exactly is the industry recommendation as far as these tools are concerned? Okay. So this is one of the research group called as Everest. Okay. So Everest recommendation. So what exactly this? What is the role of this Everest group? So they are researchers, and they take feedback from multiple clients. Okay, about the individual tool, and most of the researchers, right, have found that UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, these are leaders right from day one. So from past 5 years, I've been looking at these are three main leaders, and these are enterprise-wide tools. So I've done the implementation for each and every tool, and it is working live in many of the clients across Europe. Okay. So yeah, these are all good tools. They are having more or less same features. They are competing with each other in the best possible way. So if in case if some new tool, if some new feature is introduced, then definitely in the coming versions, either of them will catch up. Okay. But yeah, all these tools are equally good. Along with that, there are few point solutions available. As you can see, there are quite a lot of leaders and other things. Apart from that, let me also, as far as tools is concerned, there are some big players like SAP, Microsoft. They are coming up with the RPA tool, but those RPA tools are AI enabled as well. So they are having a very, very good roadmap as far as AI is concerned. Okay, so these tools basically are the mix of uh, RPA, first of all, RPA, AI, data intake. As far as data intake is concerned, data extraction. That because in industry, especially around Europe, right, there is a big issue of data extraction because most of the companies across Europe, they have this issue because they still exchange the PDF documents and they don't have the APIs and other stuff. So yeah, so this is a brief overview about the tool. So now, since I've given bit of insight on the tool, I just want to give you a bit of brief. How different is RPA than the traditional automation? So as far as a traditional automation and RPA is concerned, there is bit of distinction because currently RPA works only on the UI layer, okay, whereas all the programming languages like Java and other tools, .NET and other tools, right? They still work in the background, but that doesn't mean that UiPath is not having a capability of consuming the API. So that is one of the things. It can easily mimic the action. So as far as mimicking the action is concerned, it has the capability to record the number of steps which a particular SME or a particular user is performing. Okay. As far as the skill set is concerned, it is not mandatory that you need to be a kind of a software engineer. But if you are having a kind of a techno-functional background, you can still live with the RPA tool, but still it requires a good amount of technical knowledge. Okay. As far as the customization is concerned, and as far as the development time is concerned, I think that has not been highlighted here. So the reason why RPA is successful is it has a quick win. So the development can be done quickly compared to the other programming languages or compared to the other tools and technologies, and hence it is very, very successful. Apart from that, as far as the complexity is concerned, it is lesser dependent because it has to interact mostly with the UI, so it is less dependent. Whereas introducing a new ERP, especially in the banking and financial domain, will take quite a lot of time. And onboarding a tool itself is a big challenge as far as the BFSI industry is concerned, banking and financial services industry is concerned. So yeah, this is what is the difference between the traditional automation and the normal and the RPA. Before I proceed ahead, I'll take few questions. Otherwise, there might be a very big pool of questions. So what is the relationship between AI, ML, and DP? Sorry, what is this DP is all about? Is it digital image processing? Is that what you mean?
It may be deep learning.
Oh, deep learning. Okay. So as far as AI, ML, AI, machine learning, and deep learning is concerned, they are interrelated to each other. So as far as AI is concerned, okay, AI and machine learning is concerned, deep learning is part of the AI and machine learning suite itself. Okay. So yes, this is what is the answer for this one. Next one is, what are the certification courses more valuable for the job concerned? So each and every tool which I've mentioned so far are having its own certification. So you can log into the individual website. So for UiPath, it is academy.uipath.com, wherein you can do free certification. As far as the basic certifications are concerned, you can do it free of cost. Likewise, for other tools like Automation Anywhere, it is having a website called as University. If you can Google university.automation.anywhere, you will find it. Likewise, Blue Prism, I don't think so there is any kind of a free certification available. But yeah, so there are few good certifications available. So for UiPath, it is the advanced certification. If you do, then there are good job avenues available. Yeah. Just one more question I'll take in interest of time, and then I'll proceed ahead. Which tool is used in the industry? So as far as the tools are concerned, I've already covered this question. Okay, so I'll take this question bit later on, and let's continue with. So I'm planning to cover one of the leading tool in the market called UiPath. Okay, The reason why I chose UiPath is it can work on the standalone machines. Okay, I need not have any kind of the control room. So previously I covered various components. Okay, so what I can do is I can easily run just with my developer studio, and I can live with it. Whereas with the other tools, I cannot run without the control room, and it has its own dependency. So hence I've chosen this tool, and this is anyways industry recognized as well. Let's proceed ahead. Oops. Okay. So the reason of choosing this particular tool is there are various connectors available as far as uh, various sectors are concerned, or various tools and technologies in the market is concerned. I'll start with the ticketing tool like ServiceNow, Jira, and so on. Okay, so that is one of the case. It has a very easy connectivity with all the possible databases available in the market. Okay, it has a very easy connectivity with various Google Suite, Microsoft stack of applications. It can easily interact with chatbot. So with the capability of the chatbot, if imagine that you are on uh, Thakur education website, and there is a chatbot available, you can easily link with any of these RPA tools, and you can trigger a bot. So say for example, tomorrow if we need to automate the admission process, okay, admission process, you can easily do it with the help of chatbot itself, or some kind of onboarding process that can be done with the help of chatbot. A virtualization platform, it is supporting, and it is supporting all the possible connectors as far as the virtualization platform is concerned, like Citrix, VMware, and so on. As far as AI and machine learning is concerned, it supports all the major key partners like Google Cloud Platform, Abby, and Microsoft Cognitive Services, Azure, TensorFlow, and so on. Likewise, BPM, it supports all the possible BPM tools. Major ones are SAP, Oracle, IBM. So it has the capability to connect each one of them. And likewise with the analytics and dashboard, it has the capability to connect to almost all of them, but these are all subject to the licensing. Okay, but there are few tools available wherein you can connect free of cost. Apart from that, there is a new thing coming up in the market called as process mining. I'll give bit of brief bit later on, because I want to cover first of all on tools and technologies. So yeah, next slide. So I will use UiPath and cover few practical sessions on UiPath. Okay, because that is where the main thing lies. I'll start with the very basic one, and then I will continue with the few complex one as far as the data extraction is concerned. So, and also I will see if I can connect through the autonomous bot as well. Okay, so depending upon the time, I will take that, and I'll reserve some time for um, our session as well, for question answer as well. So I'll quickly take some of the examples. So this example is on data scraping. So basically it will go to a few Wikipedia sites, and it will extract the information and feed it into the Excel. So this is one of the examples. So this is a UiPath tool. So this is the UiPath Developer Studio. So this has multiple activities here. Okay. The connectors which I was talking about in the previous slide. So there are thousands of connectors available, and those connectors are just like a kind of a drag and drop. Okay. So if I need to open a browser, I can just drag a open browser activity. Something like if you would have done VB, right? Visual Basic. It is almost similar to that. Okay. And likewise, there are whatever connectors I was talking about, those are available in the managed packages. So there are, I think, millions of connectors available, and you can leverage as and when required. So I will be taking very basic example for now. So this particular example is on scraping the data. So it will go to a particular website and extract the data and feed it into the Excel. So let me trigger. It takes around 10 odd seconds to extract the data. So ideally, it should open a Wikipedia website and it should trigger the data. Yeah, I think it is doing behind the scenes. Yeah, the bot is started. Yeah, I think the process is completed. I think it is a bit fast. I will show you the result of the
Sir,
data.
sorry to interrupt, but the screen is not visible.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Your sharing is fast. Why is that so?
Only we can see that 8th PPT demo. After that, we are not seeing anything.
Let me stop sharing
Okay, sir.
and I'll reshare it again. Strange. I'm not very sure where do we
Hello, Amit
share.
sir. At the bottom of screen, you will find share screen in green color. In green color, there is a button, share screen.
Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir. Now it has been started. Yes, sir. We can see now.
Okay. I think I should run it again because I'm sure most of the people would have not seen this particular. How many minutes do we have? I know I'm a bit conscious of time as well. How many minutes do we have?
You have a sufficient time. You just go ahead. We can go till 2:15. No issues.
Sure, no problem, sir. So let me run this demo again. So by the time this is running, I'll give you once again a bit of brief. So this particular demo basically will go to the Wikipedia website and scrape the data out. So it is launching the website, okay? And it will extract all the possible data from here, okay? And it will write it in a particular Excel as well. And this is very quick. It has to extract all the possible data and yeah. So let me show you the resultant output. So if you can see the timestamp, it was just done a few seconds back. So here is the resultant output. So likewise, there could be multiple examples. Say, for example, you want to plan for a vacation and say you want to come to London and you want to find out the airline which is affordable and plus it is taking less time. So you can easily scrape the data out and continue from there. So yeah, this is one of the examples. Apart from that, I have multiple examples. I'll show you one of the interesting examples. So this particular example is on data extraction. I think across the globe, we are getting quite a lot of requests as far as the data extraction is concerned. Because as of now, although the industry, there are few sectors getting matured, but still what I can see in the industry is a lot of PDF document exchange is done. Okay. And as far as the exchange is concerned, this is done especially in the banking industry, especially in the insurance industry. Even let us take a simple example of our college itself. So even in the college, there are so many suppliers available. They send the invoice, right? Now those invoices, uh, let us take a simple example of our IT department itself. Okay, in IT department, there might be so many invoices you might be receiving. One is the lab maintenance invoice. There could be the computer maintenance invoice. There could be a software invoice. There might be some people who might be maintaining the lab, right? They might be charging some X amount of money. There could be some kind of a stationery related thing. So there are so many invoices coming within the department, right? And those are to be processed. So those are currently being keyed manually. And if you key it manually, there are very high chances that it could result into a lot of human errors. So this tool has a capability to extract all the possible invoices, okay? And those invoices are in semi-structured format. When I say semi-structured format, it could be, there are various vendors, right? Each and every vendor is having its own format, okay? But this tool is smart enough to extract the data and feed it into the downstream system. It can be Excel, it could be a JSON file, it could be anything, okay? So first of all, let me give you a bit more context on the invoice first, and then I will explain to you what are those things all about. Just a sec. I have a hard stop in next 4 minutes so that I can spend at least 5 minutes on the questions. But just give me a minute. I cannot cover each and everything as far as the individual things are concerned, but yeah, definitely I will have a very, very detailed session. So this is one of the sample invoice, and likewise there are. Oops. Okay, let me run this project, okay, and then explain to you what I mean with the semi-structured invoice. So basically, this tool will extract, will take the invoice from a particular source. It could be a shared file, it could be anything, okay. So this is one of the invoice where the data will be extracted, okay, and it can be feeded into whatever format. So basically, this is the data extraction way, and this is done via the intelligent OCR. Okay, when I say intelligent OCR, it has the ML component embedded with it, along with a few OCR engines. When I say OCR engine, it has a capability to extract the data. Okay, so this is a smart OCR, okay, wherein it is just extracting only one information, like due date, okay, because it is having the machine learning algorithm behind the scene. So as and when we process these invoices, it will gradually learn. Okay, so is there the reason of not extracting these fields is because of various reasons. Either the quality is not good, or the machine learning algorithm is not very well trained. Okay, so this is one of the example of the data extraction. Likewise, I will show a few more invoices. So this is one of the invoice where it is able to extract the invoice number, due date, and the amount. And since we are running on the community edition, right? Hence this model is not fully trained. But yeah, I'm currently working on the model wherein it is able to extract all the possible information for at least 8,500 at least suppliers across Europe. Are you able to see the highlighted field as well? I hope. Okay. So this is what is the extracting power of these tools. And this could be very, very handy if you have multiple suppliers. It can extract all the possible data. Okay. I'll cover one more invoice if possible. I've tried to feed in as many as I can, but just ignore this. So it takes a bit of time because behind the scenes, what is happening is it is doing the digitization part. Then it is going to the cloud to extract the data. And from there, the things are driven. Okay. So out here, there are multiple OCR engines available. And this is the human validation check. So in case if any field you want to map it, you can still map it against whatever field you intend to do it. Okay, so this is the human validation, and each and every field extraction has its extraction percent as well. So this extraction percent is based upon a kind of a machine learning algorithm. Okay, so yeah, it's 9:10 now. So I will take questions for 5 minutes, and let's continue.
There
Further.
are some question, which process automation to be avoided, and what are the certificate course which gives a job guarantee in this area? So some of you can answer.
Sure, sir. So as far as certification is concerned, I think I've already covered UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism. These major tools are having their very good certification program, and those can be done free of cost. As far as the developer certification is concerned, as far as the advanced certification is concerned. So especially for UiPath, there is a free certification available for the college students. I'll get in touch with you, sir, and I'll give few contacts of these sales people so that they can help you out, and at least give them a kind of an offline training to you, or maybe if required, I can give the training to you, training to the students, and take it from there. And as far as tools are concerned, all the tools are equally good. So I will not say that one tool is good, one tool is bad. All tools are equally good, but there are three major tools which I have already covered in the session. Any specific question? Just a sec. I'm just spotting where exactly are those questions. Just a sec. Any specific questions from anyone? Sir, can you show a demo of a scheduled job which can run at a specific time?
There is also one question whether the each and every tool is for open access in case of this one. Yeah.
No, definitely not. All these tools are not having the open access, although their community edition is available, but that community edition is there for a specific domain. So in case if you are a student and if you are having the student ID, I think you can still download a community edition. Just a sec, I can show you.
There is also one interesting question. How do you calculate ROI, return on investment, of your RPA deployment and measure RPA success?
Okay.
Wonderful question.
Very, very good question, I would say. So as far as ROI is concerned, it is return on investment. So that return on investment is depending upon what process are you shortlisting. Okay. So imagine that I have shortlisted a process for Thakur College, back office team. Okay, so the admin team. So in admin team, I'm assuming that there are say 15 people working. Okay, and all 15 people are doing the same data extraction job. Okay, when I say data extraction, they are processing the invoice and releasing the payment to the individual companies, right? So assuming that around say 70% I have already done the automation. So 70% of the work can be done by the bot. Okay. So the ROI can be calculated as very first thing is the people cost. So total overall cost of those 15 resources. Okay. Followed by the automation we do. Say for example, if we are doing 70% automation, okay, you have to multiply 70 against that, followed by the total cost incurred in order to onboard this automation. So there could be various costs involved, right? One is the hardware cost, second one is the license cost. Say for example, you are the hardware cost for a given to onboard this software is say 10,000 rupees. Okay. License cost is, I'm just giving a hypothetical number. Say 2,000 rupees is the license cost. If how the ROI will be calculated is total salary of those 15 employees. When I say salary, it is the total cost, okay, minus whatever cost incurred by the bot into the percentage of automation. So say for example, you are spending 1 lakh rupees, okay, um, on those 15 employees. You have done 70% of the automation. So that means that around 70,000 rupees you are saving, okay. So that 70,000 plus whatever is the hardware cost you are incurring. Say 15,000 is the additional hardware and the software cost you have incurred, right? So your ROI definitely is within 3 or 4 months. But if you are selecting a process which so it is basically a simple math wherein you will divide whatever is the total cost, whatever is the cost incurred by the employee, divided by the total cost incurred by the bot into the automation. That is what is the simple one. Does it answer the question?
There is also one interesting question. Is there any specific coding skill set required for this one?
So as far as coding skill set is concerned, as far as you are having a basic .NET or Java language, bit of basic experience, right? I'm sure you can easily code because it is just a drag and drop. But definitely, if your basic concepts like OOPS and all are clear, then definitely it becomes very easy for you to code it. Yeah.
You can continue with your presentation and then.
Fine. So yeah, so these were few things I wanted to cover. One last aspect, I have to take bit time. I want to cover this particular. Just a sec. I wanted to cover where exactly is the industrial trend. Where exactly are we heading towards? So as far as this RPA is concerned, this RPA, as far as the industry is concerned, right? It is not just dependent on RPA. Okay, so you would have seen that UiPath stack site, right? There are so many things being covered in that. Okay, so where exactly are we heading towards? So we are heading towards very first thing is process mining. Okay, so as far as process mining is concerned, previously what we used to do is we used to sit with the client and gather the requirement, and we used to travel across Europe and across the globe in order to get the requirement out, and many a times that those requirements were not being covered properly. Okay, so it is making the human bit more lazier by introducing the concept of process mining. What is this process mining is all about? Basically, it will read all the logs, okay, and based upon that, it will identify whether a particular process is having any kind of a flaw. Okay, so there are multiple tools available for that. One is Celonis. Okay, I'm the Celonis certified recently. So that is a very interesting tool, which is finding the flaw in the system. Okay, and making those processes. It will give the recommendation how to make those processes standardized as well. So that is one thing. Apart from that, there is a big buzzword of hyper automation. So as far as hyper automation is concerned, every client, right, they want a packaged service. So when they say packaged services, uh, the industry, right, should be able to cover end-to-end problem area for the client. So they are not bothered how you cover. It could be through RPA, it could be through AI. So what is this hyper automation is all about? So entire thing, be it RPA, be it AI, be it process mining. So entire thing is available in one single umbrella, and that is what is hyper automation. And this is a very big buzzword in the industry as far as the hyper automation is concerned. And yeah, we are getting good amount of projects as far as hyper automation is concerned. Apart from that, there is a very big buzzword on AI and machine learning. I need not even say about that. But yeah, definitely that is still evolving right now. It is not fully matured, although there are a lot of things being, there is a very big hype on AI and machine learning. We are gradually heading towards it, but as of now, we are not quite there. Apart from that, there are few new upcoming things like blockchain. I'm not very well versed with blockchain, but again, that is also where we are heading towards as far as the automation is concerned. So yeah, these are few industry trends, and yeah, I'm sure you will see quite a lot of things as far as the industry trend is concerned. So these things definitely will come in your way, and you will see in some articles or in some conference about it for sure. So yeah, this is all from my side. Um, Over to you, Poonam.
Thank you so much, Amit sir, for explaining about RPA tools and how they are roadmap to our AI. It is really very informative session, and I'm sure all our participant has taken a good thing from you. Now I would like to call Dr. Sir, before you want to take any questions.
I'm happy to take questions. No problem. If time
Uh,
permits.
yes,
Yes,
yes, it's time
yes,
permits. I suppose you need to take some of the questions
yes,
now
sir.
here. Like one of the question, like data mining tool can be used in RPA. So this one you can answer. Yeah.
So as far as data mining tool is concerned, right, we can easily, there are connectors available, okay, and you can easily connect to that data mining tool so that whatever analytics it is generating behind the scenes, right, those can be taken ahead using UiPath or whatever tool. So UiPath itself is having its own tool, okay. Recently it has been launched, so we can leverage that, or you can leverage Salonis as well. So in my previous uh, technology stack, right, that was mentioned. So it has a direct connector to it.
Uh,
Yeah, I can see a lot of things, but I don't see many questions. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sir, how can data be extracted for implementing in data science? This is one question.
So, see, as far as data science is concerned, right, we can, there are multiple tools and technologies available specific to data science. Like you can invoke a kind of a Python script behind the scenes, and that you can invoke it through UiPath tool itself. And likewise for machine learning and deep learning, right? So that is something already available. So yeah, we can easily leverage those. In fact, in one of my data extraction module, I would have definitely used the Python machine learning as well.
Um, Sir,
Sorry,
they'll be asking,
yes, go ahead.
can you show live making of small application using UiPath?
Uh, Amit, still we have a time. So is it possible to have some demonstration or something like that here?
No problem, sir. I can cover many things out
Yes,
here.
yes.
So what
Still
I'll do
we have precisely 10 minutes time. So if you can show here the live demo, meanwhile, we'll be taking the question also.
Sure, no problem. Uh, I would request someone to at least translate those questions because there are so many things.
Yeah, yeah. We
Yes,
are
sir,
taking
yes,
a
sir.
question. You can
Yes,
go ahead
yes.
with your demo.
Sure. So this was about taxonomy. I'll stop this. So there are few other demos, like just a sec. I will open few of them. So there was one autonomous bot, very simple one. Okay. So I'll give you a bit of brief on the autonomous bot, wherein I was talking about the scheduled job, right? So let me cover this orchestrator piece.
Amit, please share your screen.
Yes, sir. Just give me a minute.
Yes, yes, yes.
I
There
need to
is
enter the
one
conference
very
here.
interesting question here. Can we use RPA as a part of our research project here, research part in for PhD? So it means a new algorithm, new new work altogether, which is recognized as a unique work. So can you highlight on that?
Yeah, definitely. You can, you see, all these tools are based upon the research, and whatever tools we are, whatever tool, this UI path and other things are there, right? They have come from one of the research itself. So this, uh, so data extraction, right? So whatever this data extraction is based upon some algorithm written by one of the research student in Harvard. Okay, and likewise there are so many research scholars available who are writing the algorithm, and these companies, right, they implement those algorithms and earn millions of it. Okay, so yeah, there are research avenues available, and if you can get in touch with me, I can provide more details on those, which are those research area. One of the research area could be process mining. um, so in that there is quite a lot of scope, because that is something very new right now. And yeah, if your university, or if your research guide is allowing that, then why not? And if it is not registered, right, definitely you can continue with those. Okay, let me share my screen, and I will give you a bit more insight on the control room, which I did not cover in this one. So very first thing is, what exactly this control room is all about. This controls the autonomous and the assisted bot. Okay, and it also is connected to the developer console, which is nothing but UI path in this case. Okay, so first of all, how it is connected. So there is a connector available, and let me give you a bit of differentiation between how different is UI path and how different the bots are. So in simple words, UiPath Studio is having compiler and interpreter both, whereas the individual bot, right, be it an assisted bot or be it an autonomous bot, right, those are nothing but runtime. So it is having just an interpreter. So I'm leveraging UiPath Studio as an interpreter as well. So this is one of the service. So how it has been connected? Okay, so there is a connector available. So what I have given is, I have given this particular URL followed by a kind of a public key. Okay, so that public key will establish a connectivity between the orchestrator and UiPath Studio. Okay, so this is the orchestrator. Okay, and I think the heartbeat is there after every 20 seconds, and I'll show you that live demonstration, and I'll run one of the unassisted bot as well. Just give me a minute. It takes a bit of time to load this one.
No issue, sir.
So I have two bots currently running. Okay, one is my active bot. So this is HP1 is my active bot. Okay, and how can we justify whether this is connected or not? Okay, let me disconnect this. So immediately, as soon as it goes offline, my other bot will be disconnected. Okay, so there is an heartbeat interval happening every 20 seconds. So this is how the connection is. So let me try to run one assisted bot. So now the handshake is done, right? So if the handshake is done, I can deploy any of my code from the studio itself. Okay. So there is an option to publish this particular project. Okay. This is just a dialog box. Okay. And I am trying to publish here. So there is a version control on this one. I can easily publish this. As soon as it is published, um, this is 1.0.2.alpha1. Okay, so as soon as this is published, it will be available on this particular packages. Sorry, it will be available in the processes. Where is the process? Yeah, and out here you can find the version control. Just a sec. So if you see here, just few minutes back, I did the deployment, right? If I push this, okay, automatically the deployment will be done on the individual machine which is connected. So there is a concept of environment, and under environment, the bots are connected. So this is the development environment in which the bot is connected, right? So as soon as you come here, you will find, oops, sorry. As soon as you come here, you will find that the deployment is done, and you can see the version as well, 1.0.2 hyphen alpha. Okay, you can download it and then run it. So this is one of the way how you will deploy it. Now, next question is how you will trigger it. Okay, as far as trigger is concerned, you can easily trigger a bot. Okay, and that bot, this is very nice feature in orchestrator, so you can schedule it as per your requirement. Okay, and you can stop it during a specific time as well. Okay, and in case if you have a kind of a bank holiday, then you can ensure that the bot is not running. So my machine is currently connected. I have issue with my license, so what I will do is I will schedule it, but I have to trigger it manually, unfortunately, because of the license constraint. But I will explain to you how it is triggered. Okay. So this is one of my process which I did the deployment. Okay. So out here, my bot is anyway selected, and I can easily update. Okay, let me set the time. Sorry. So out here, I need to set the time as 9:32. I need to give few minutes and few seconds to trigger this. So as soon as you are able to trigger this particular thing, right, automatically the bot will be triggered on this machine. So it will be triggered in few seconds. Okay. I have a few issues on the licensing front, but I will explain to you what will happen. So as soon as you this one is triggered, right? As soon as this job is triggered, it will invoke this particular script here. Okay, and it will have the job. So it is just a kind of a pop-up I've given just for the demo purpose. Does it make sense? And you can disable this job after a specific time. So this is one of the example of autonomous bot. Any questions?
I think, sir, all our participants are very happy and they have acquired knowledge on insight about this technology.
There is one interesting question here,
Yeah.
whether a fresher can apply for RPA job if they
Yes.
have got some background about coding skill. So
We love freshers because they come with very low cost, and yeah, that is where we bank upon, because our profit margins are based upon those. So if they are given relevant training, why not? So yeah, we have quite a lot of freshers within Cognizant itself. So yeah, definitely there are few programs wherein we can onboard few freshers, and definitely I can get in touch with Santosh sir and see if we can leverage few of them. I need to get in touch with my HR, India HR, and see if we can leverage some of them. Any specific questions? I
Sir,
know 1 hour, yeah, 1 hour is not enough because it's big ocean, I would say. But yeah, I would love to take you more questions.
what's the use of RPA for commerce background, especially for
Commerce background. Oh, very interesting question. So I think yesterday itself, I was designing one solution which was associated to passing the entries. So I'll take one more example on invoice itself. So now this particular invoice, right? Now the data extraction is done. It needs to be built in your accounting system, right? So the bot has the capability to pass those accounting entry in your relevant system. Okay, it could be Tally, it could be SAP, or it could be whatever is the case, right? So there are connectors available, and you can easily connect to those, and you can, take it from there. And this is a very valid point, and especially in the back office industry, right? This is a very, very common scenario, because each and every industry or each and every client, right, will have the accounts department for sure, and that is where we are looking major traction. Yeah. Any other question? I would love to answer the questions because, yeah.
There is also one question here. Can you share your PPT in a WhatsApp group? Can you share? If
Yeah,
there is no such copyright issues or there is no such problem with reference to your industry.
no, as such, there is no issue. All this information can be shared through the right channel. I can share with you, sir, and then from college, I think we can distribute it. Not a problem.
There is also one last question we will take. Can we do a forecasting of a data based on some historical information?
Yeah, I think that is what is AI is all about. We can have the machine learning algorithm. We can have the AI-based Python script, and we can easily invoke those Python script, which will give you a certain confidence level, and plus it can give the forecasting. No doubt about that.
Is there any specific certification which is globally recognized, which you can suggest to some of our participants? You are already into industry since last 14, 15 years. So maybe here, and you are recruiting many of the professional. So if it is possible here, you can suggest some of the specific certification to be done.
So as far as certification is concerned, right, that is subject to your area of interest. So as far as
So
the
they are
industry,
asking about in case of RPA only. They are specifically asking about the RPA.
so as far as RPA is concerned, I think as I told you before, UiPath is having quite a lot of certification available, and that is not only limited to the developers, or that is not only limited to the architects and the developers, but it is also for the business. So for if business analyst wants to do the certification, they can still do it. If the program manager wants to do the certification, they can still do it. Okay. So that certification program is there for all the possible levels within the industry, and that is meant even for the students. So if a student is from commerce background, right, and if he or she wants to opt for the business analyst kind of a certification, then still it is possible.
Okay.
And likewise, Automation Anywhere is having a very good certification called as the master's certification, and the advanced Automation Anywhere certification is there. So those can be done because that will give you quite a lot of value. There are few AI and ML related certification which many of the learning sites are providing, like Udemy is the one providing quite a good AI certification. There are few courses available like Zero to Hero for Python that could give you quite good insight about these things. But again, all these things are to be done practically. Otherwise, certification will just be a degree then.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right, sir. Here we have come to the end of the session. Very informative session. I would like to call Dr. Girish Tere, our Conclave Technical Coordinator, to deliver vote of thanks. Over to sir.
Thank you, madam. I myself, and
Yes,
on behalf of Thakur College, so my video is not clear. Camera
no
is
issues,
not
sir.
clear.
You can continue, sir. No issues.
I wish to thank Mr. Amit Bhatt, Senior Architecture Cognizant, for giving this wonderful explanation on RPA. I think he has bridged the proper gap of academics and industry, and hope in future we'll get opportunity to work on such subjects of RPA, and practically students will love to do or develop many such robots. I thank you for his valuable time and presentation here in our conclave. Further, I wish to thank our college management trustees, Ritu sir, Manoj sir, Thakur sir. They are always keen on our skill upgradation, and they always give us every chance whenever it is possible. Personally, I have never heard any no from them. That's a great thing about them. They always encourage us in every dimension. About our principal madam, I wish to thank her. She's a very dynamic lady. She works so much that we automatically get motivated for better work. We shall work more, madam, to fulfill your dreams. Participants, you are very wonderful participants, listening patiently all the topics and interacting with speakers. Your questions are very nice, and that shows that how much you are taking interest in the particular session. We are very sorry that we are not able to give opportunity to interact with our speakers directly, but you can always interact with him through email. So I wish to thank all participants in taking active participation in this particular conclave. I wish to thank our organization team members, Dr. Santosh Singh, IQAC coordinator and convener of this particular conclave. Further, I wish to thank all technical team members and students who have helped us in smooth conduct of this particular session. Once again, from bottom of heart, I want to thank management, principal, organization committee, students, all participants for participating in this particular international conclave. Thank you very much. Over to you, Param.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you, sir.
Girish sir. Dr. Girish Tere, he is the backbone of our conclave. He is our main technical coordinator, and without him, it is not possible. Thank you so much, Girish Tere, for supporting us, supporting the entire event day and night. All the participants, thank you so much. And now I will invite you for our session 3, which is a data science to a business solution, a Thinkovision approach here at 3 p.m. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Technical to end the session, please.
Thanks, everyone. Cheers. Bye-bye.